What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? It is the 30th of April today. We are sitting at about 1.76 cents right now. The goal, if you want to remain bullish, is to not close a day or multiple 4-hour periods below the 886 here, which is at about 1.727 cents. If you close below this on a daily basis or a multi 4-hour basis, you're basically saying we're ready to go to lower prices, right? And if we are going to go to lower prices, the target area would be 1.48 to 1.29 cents, somewhere around there, okay? This is the target area if and when we break below 1.72 cents, 1.727 cents, okay? We're very close to doing that now. I think that it's a safe assumption that we will. Anything's possible. We could bounce right off of this area. And if you are looking for a bullish reversal, there's two things that we need to see. And I mean, it's ultimately what we need to do is get back above 2 cents. We need to get above like 2.03 cents, right? So, something of that magnitude. But first and foremost, you could get excited if we do close above 1.92 cents. That's the golden ratio. Getting below the golden ratio is discouraging because it means that you have a higher chance of seeing the extension targets, the extended zone there. If we get below, we find support in these deep retracements, we come back up, we close is the key word, close above the golden ratio. That actually puts in a little bit more potential that this is the low, that you did find support here and that you are ready to move up higher. But again, that ultimate barrier to moving up higher beyond these highs would be getting above the 236 here. So getting above 2 cents is very vital. Getting above 1.9 cents, 1.92 cents would provide a little bit of a spark of hope. But until we see something like that happen, I'm definitely postured to the downside. I think 1.76 cents now, 1.4 cents, 1.5 cents later, somewhere in that range. If we take this, we go from an overall low to a high here. We found support twice off the 382, found support twice here. Got excited with the 236 breakout, right? It looked pretty good, man. Looked like we were going to keep going, but we didn't, and we turned around. We actually found resistance at the 236 on the way down, showing that we're not ready to go higher. We're actually probably ready to go lower. It was on this day that I flipped a little bit more bearish, but still, even in this area here, we remain a little bit patient, a little bit neutral. There is a possibility that we could bounce here, but I'm not counting on it. Right now, I'm actually very much expecting that we do see the next fib level, right? Whenever you see this kind of behavior, you do move down to the next fib level, which right now is the 1.43 cent target area. Could we move lower? Could we go down to the golden ratio? It's very possible that we could. That's at 1.2 cents to 1.1 cents. We really could see that, but that's not the call at the moment. Let's see how we perform. Let's see how we do with this. But do be aware, we could go all the way down to the golden ratio. And if we do, we're still getting higher lows. We're still in a proper formation to build from, and we'll go up to these targets that we're waiting for, patiently waiting for, in a matter of no time at all. I do think that Bitcoin dropping today has a little bit of a influence on the altcoin markets, right? Generally speaking, whenever Bitcoin's consolidating like this, if Bitcoin's moving up, you guys, we're doing things backwards. If Bitcoin moves up and it consolidates, altcoins are supposed to run. If it moves up and it consolidates, altcoins are supposed to run. But here it is down 0.5% today, and the average coin, what are we down? Let's see, others. What are we down today? The average coin's down 2.7%. So, historically speaking, this would be the moment where altcoins run. They're not running with it. There's something going on here where maybe the average coin is actually going to retrace and find support at their prior areas of resistance here. We might see in the markets an overall drop from here. It's not going to be too significant, but something on the lines of like another 4%. 4% for the average coin could be a lot more for coins like XCN, coins that have lower market caps, or coins that have just ripped a lot recently, right? If you've pumped a lot recently, you probably got more to give back, right? So don't be surprised. Don't get your feelings hurt if your favorite coins drop more than the average coin in the market, right? That's just kind of the name of the game, especially if they pump, especially if they have lower market caps. That's kind of how it is. But at this point in time, in case it's not clear, I am expecting that we see 1.43 cents. That's the area that we're looking for. It could be anything and everything in between. You don't have to hit that area. You could stop just above it, stop just below it. You could go down here as well to the golden ratio zone. But I am expecting 1.436 cents as a likely destination here. If we're looking at the daily RSI, we do have lower lows in the RSI with higher lows in the price. That is a form of hidden bullish divergence, and so it remains until we get below this lows. As soon as we close below these lows, this is no longer hidden bullish divergence. It actually turns into something a little bit worse, which is bearish convergence where we're getting lower highs and lower lows. Also, we're rejecting off of the overbought zone. Also, we had bearish divergence at the top there. So this could really get us set up for an overall retracement of this move that is a little bit lower than what we've seen so far. It's very uncommon. Very, very uncommon. I was very convinced and very excited back here that we'd be going up higher. I can't tell you how uncommon this is, you guys. It's like 10% or less of the time that you see this kind of setup that you would pull back down. Oftentimes you get a strong move like this, you bounce off the 382. That's it, man. I don't need to see anymore. We're ripping, but this time not so much. That's just how it happens sometimes. And you'll see people rationalizing it. They'll be like, TA doesn't work because blah, 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 or TA doesn't work because Binance futures listing. Well, here's the deal, guys. Binance futures has had, Bitcoin has been available a lot longer than XCN. I'm assuming they had Bitcoin futures listings last cycle. Let's see if we go. Let's just type this in. BTC USD. Do we have P? Is that what it is? Right. Perpetual futures contracts. Binance here. Let's look at this. So we go back. Yes, in fact, you did. You did have Binance futures last cycle right here, November 2021. What's interesting, if technical analysis doesn't work, is that from a high to a low of the cycle before, we double topped right at the golden ratio, while Binance futures was going on with Bitcoin. So to say something like TA doesn't work because of Binance futures listing, that's just a lazy excuse for not trying to use your brain and just leaving it up to the gods of crypto. You know what I mean? From a low to a high, we can see it here after XCN was on Binance futures, that we've respected the 382 very well, right? Just because we're doing things that are abnormal outside the norm, that doesn't mean that it's any kind of manipulative effort outside of that, right? It's no more than usual, at least. It's just doing something outside the norm for whatever reason. Maybe crypto wasn't ready to move up. Bitcoin's chilling right now, right? It's been chilling for the last 9 days. Crypto's not ready to move up. That's just how it is, right? Or maybe there's something bigger going on that we're waiting for. We do have the FOMC meeting. When is the next? I'm not going to ask Google. We're going to ask Grok here. When is the next FOMC meeting? It's the 6th, right? The 5th and the 6th. Is that right? What is it? Or is it the 6th and the 7th? Whatever days work. May 6th and May 7th. Okay. Here we are a week before that. Maybe we're waiting for that. Maybe we're in this kind of limbo phase, or perhaps the price action that we see over the coming days could be indicative of how that meeting might be perceived, right? If we move down going into the meeting, it might be a negatively received meeting. If we're moving up into the meeting, maybe we've got good things to talk about. I don't know. But XCN here, again, as far as why it's doing this, if anybody out there is saying that it's because Binance futures listing is manipulating the markets, I mean, to some degree, sure. But no, that's technical analysis still works. You're still finding support at the 382. The idea didn't work, but less than 10% of the time. It's not 100% of the time. It's not a guarantee, and this is one of those rare moments where it doesn't. And in this moment, we're going to go down to the 0.5, 1.43 cents. Very perfect area to find support right here, right at the 0.5, where we found resistance before, support before, resistance before, and not only that, but the 0.5 level we have shown significance on multiple times in XCN's life, most notably here from a low to a high here of this move overall. We tipped the 0.5 perfectly to find support and get above the 236 here. I think what's nice, or if we think about what would be nice to see going ahead, going into the future here, would be not just closing on a daily basis above the 236, because we've done that multiple times now and it didn't work out, unfortunately. What would be nice would be to close a week clearly above the 236. If we can get a week to close above the 236, 1 week to close above 2.035 cents, getting above this high point here, getting above the 236 there on a closing basis, I think that would send us to higher prices. That would be enough to validate the bullish effect. So until then, we're looking lower. That's fine, right? Again, we could drop lower than just 1.4 cents. If we go all the way down to 1.1 cents, don't be scared. It's very possible that we get a higher low still, even at those lower prices, and something to build from. But overall, I like the weekly RSI. Looking at this here, I like the weekly RSI. We're postured upwards, higher lows throughout the whole thing. You're getting overbought. You're not getting oversold. We practically bounced off the 40 area, an area that we found resistance on before. We found support in this area before, and we went to the overbought zone whenever we did find support here before. So I really do think that we're in a prime position to go higher. We're just not doing it right now for whatever reason. We might be in a bull flag still. It's just not the same bull flag that we thought it was. Right here, I thought this was our bull flag right here, right? But no, maybe not. Maybe this is our bull flag. Maybe we've got something like this going on and something like this going on, right? Where we're still in this kind of pattern here, this structure here. And if we're dropping down over the coming days, something like that, that could take us down to right there at like 1.4, 1.5 cents. So it would make a lot of sense to go down there, break out of our bull flag inevitably. And then if this is our bull flag, if this is actually the pattern, the measure move will come down a little bit. It won't be at 5.5 cents anymore. It would actually come down to about like 4.8, 4.9 cents, but that's fine if it does. Measure moves are not everything. The measure move could suggest that we stop here and we still go higher, or that we stop lower, either way. But I do expect XCN to be on the upside moves here. Why can't I talk, man? I do expect XCN to be moving to the upside here pretty damn soon. We just might have a little bit lower to go first. I'm prepared to buy. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna go ham. I'm gonna go real hard into XCN here if we do see prices below 1.5 cents. So I'm just waiting for that. We'll see if it comes. Again, watch that 1.727 cent area if and when we close below there on a 4-hour basis, like 2 4-hour candles in a row, or just the daily candle. If we close below this 886 here from a low to a high, then yeah, 1.5 cents does not stand a chance. We're probably going to go below there. 1.48 to 1.3 cents would be the target area, okay? People wonder how I do my fibs. If you double click your Fibonacci tool here, you scroll down, fib levels based on log scale. If you're getting different numbers, that's probably why. Base it on log scale, and then make sure your chart is based on log as well. Don't have it in linear. L for log, not clicked, means linear. So you want it in log. I've got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I just did that last part in case anybody wants to keep up with the 886 here, right? You might have to select the 886, right? For me, I have it. I don't know where the hell I put it. For me, I have it, but you might have to like click it. It should be there on your fibs, but it might just not be. It might not be clicked, so you have to select it so that it shows up. But that's all I got, guys. I'm done for real this time. So take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye, and have patience. Right? We're gonna see some upside here any day, any week now. It's just maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day, but soon enough we will. All right. Bye bye.